Connecticut's #1 local news. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday, September 6th. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Caitlin Francis. All right, we are in early warning weather alert mode, so let's start things off by getting a check on our very wet forecast with meteorologist Scott Haney over in the Early Warning Weather Center. Good morning, Scott.
Hi, good morning. 7 o'clock straight up. We are in early warning weather alert mode once again for today, just like yesterday. Unfortunately, the rain continues. We've got a flash flood warning in effect for portions of the state. You'll notice south central Connecticut and portions of southeast Connecticut. Not a very good start. So the flash flood warning is in effect until 8:30. Very heavy rain. Flooding is taking place. Be careful. Flood watch in effect through this afternoon until 5 p.m. So everybody take it nice and slow. Once again, we have issued the early warning weather alert. Periods of heavy rain, isolated flash flooding possible. Rain for most of the day. Be careful. It'll taper off by later on this evening through tonight, but we got to get there first. 1 to 2 to 3, maybe even 4 inches of additional rain on the way. All right, we are talking about poor visibility out there, especially where the rain is coming down the hardest. Satellite and radar confirms we have lots of rain to get through. Unfortunately, it's coming in from the south and west. Let me widen out the shot. You can see it all moving through parts of New Jersey, portions of Pennsylvania. You can see over the Virginias, Delaware. It's all marching in our direction. So it's going to be another day of wet weather. Here's Hartford. What a mess this is, right? You've got a lot of rain coming down. You've got a lot of rain coming down in New Haven. We're talking about Windsor Locks, 64 degrees with the rain coming down. You can see it in the foreground of your picture. And Torrington, good morning to you. Things are wet, and look at the small rivers starting to rise there. All right, Waterbury, wet as well. 84 moving along smoothly. Keep your speeds down. Everybody's keeping their headlights on for safety, which is good news. All right, the temperatures out there this morning, low 60s, mid 60s. 70 degrees in New Haven. It's balmy out there in parts of the shoreline, but the dew points, they're a little bit better in inland Connecticut as opposed to the shoreline where it's tropical at a 71-degree dew point. All right, we're down from yesterday, 6 to 8 degrees, warm, cooler than just 24 hours ago. The winds are coming in out of the east for the most part. You'll notice a 14-mile-an-hour sustained wind in Groton, so the wind is picking up. We could see gusts today to about 20 miles an hour. Now, the dew point trend, it is going to get better through the remainder of the week. Starting tomorrow, it drops a little bit. It gets a little muggy tomorrow during the day, but then it drops for the remainder of the week. And according to Early Warning Futurecast, tomorrow's weather today, it's an hour-by-hour depiction of mostly wet conditions, mostly wet conditions through 5 p.m. with rain, very heavy rain at times. And then by tonight, you'll start to see it meandering down, tapering off. And by tomorrow, we should see some peaks of sun. Here's the wider perspective of Early Warning Futurecast. Notice the rain marching in from the south and west. This is 2 p.m., 5 p.m., 7 p.m. We're talking about 2 a.m. By 2 a.m. tomorrow morning, things gradually start to taper off, and tomorrow we should see some peaks of sun. All right, in the meantime, today, cooler than average, mid to upper 60s with that rain. More of the same for the shoreline. You guys might make it into the low 70s with rain. Those icons are with us all day today. Temperatures today, upper 60s, low 70s, and your 7-day forecast, 74 tomorrow, with increasing amounts of sunshine. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all looking good. So that's something to look forward to. But in the meantime, take it nice and slow out there. Just about 7:04. Kate, we'll send it back to you.
All right, thanks, Scott. Yeah, quite a mess out on the roads this morning already. And as you know, flash flooding rocked the state last night into this morning. That heavy rain sticking around for the rest of the day. Southeastern parts of the state were hit hard. Residents in Norwich reporting major flash floods there. A viewer sent us this video from a ShopRite parking lot showing us just how high the water reached at one point. As the rain continues, officials are warning drivers to avoid areas that look like they may have any ponding. Speak up if you know that there is dangerous conditions.
If you know that it's a flooding area or there's area in the past that has any type of flooding, not to go to that area. Call 911. We ask that you reach out to the town and let people know that there's a potential that there could be some water there, and just stay away from it.
Some good advice there. Officials also say if you're caught in any type of emergency, Of course, just call 911. And if you'd like to track the rain, you can follow along on the WFSB weather app. It's a very useful tool. Damage reports have already started coming in today. One of our viewers, Patrick, sent us this image. You can take a look at your screen of a tree limb coming straight through his window. It happened after the whole tree fell right outside of his Hartford apartment, damaging the building and cars in the parking lot. This was the view from outside just about a half hour ago. With that tree, you can see it completely bent in half into the building and on top of several of those vehicles there on Gillette Street in Hartford. Remember, if you see damage in your neighborhood, be sure to report it by sending us pictures or video up in the Channel 3 app. You can stay updated on the forecast for the rest of the day on air or the WFSB weather app as well. Just make sure that you're doing so safely. This morning, a detective with the Hartford Police Department is facing charges. He's accused of shooting a man in Waterbury Sunday morning while off duty. Police arrested 39-year-old detective Gregory Thomas and suspended him. They say he shot a 37-year-old man in his hand. That victim was treated and released from the hospital. Now, they say some sort of fight led up to that shooting. And again, Thomas was off duty at the time. He's facing multiple charges. He did post his $20,000 bond. In North Brantford, police are searching for a man they say attempted to rob a Cumberland Farms. Pinpoint News Tracker shows us exactly where this happened. Police say it took place about 6:30 last night when a man jumped behind the counter of the gas station on Foxon Road. He held a knife right up to the cashier's neck. That suspect, who police describe as a white man between 5'9" and 5'11", demanded money. The cashier, though, managed to fight him off, and then the suspect ran out of the store. So here's a surveillance photo. You can see that man was seen wearing a black and white hooded jacket. If you saw anything, you're asked to give North Brantford police a call. Well, we're still learning more about the death of Cromwell Mayor Alan Spotts this morning. The town manager tells us he had been having some health issues and died following heart surgery over the weekend. Spotts was only 10 months into his first term. However, he had a long and distinguished record of service to the Cromwell community. Alan Spotts was 77 years old. Channel 3 is your back-to-school authority. Happening today, students in New Milford back to class after a fire damaged the high school just 2 months ago. You might remember this. We brought you the story when it first happened. You can take a look at the drone video we have here. This is from Drone 3. You can see the damage on the roof of the high school, and about 25 to 30 students were inside the building at the time of the fire. They were all safely evacuated. 4 firefighters suffered minor injuries, but the quick rebuilding allowed the school to reopen today and get those kids safely back in their chairs. For more information on this story, you can head over to the Channel 3 app. Well, thanks so much for tuning in here to Channel 3 Eyewitness News. Remember, you can get your news and weather updates anytime on the Channel 3 app. Have a great and safe day. Don't forget to join us at 9 a.m. for Great Day at 9 a.m.